Hello, everyone, and welcome to part 2 of the NSHL Megacast, Windy City podcast here with me and my favorite co-star,
Trella,
Mobamba.
back again. You
So
got Sycamore Mobamba.
this is a continuation of the other one. We answered some questions about our branding, about titties and ghosts, and about being crawled on by ticks in the woods when you're 9.
Pretty good podcast.
Yeah, it's one for the ages. So if you didn't check that one out, you should. It's pretty fun. If you're just bored, if you want to watch me wander around and do nothing, that's a good thing to watch. Or you just want to hear Trella's lovely voice, you should check that one out.
Oh.
But you're here for this one. So if you watch the last one, then if you're following along, we answered Clint's questions and Madge's. I didn't think it would take an hour to answer those, but it did because I'm a master rambler. So now we're moving on to, I don't know if it's Adams or Adam S or Adam Spencer.
It's Adam S, I think.
Adam S. Cool.
Yeah.
So we'll just hop right into it. He asks, "What do you think of the branding?" I don't know if he means ours or all of them or whatever, but I'm gonna say that I like them all. Obviously, lots of thought went into each one. I think even if it doesn't, even if you don't think it did, I can assure you that it definitely did. No one just thought of a name and went with it and then designed a jersey and just went with it.
Yeah.
There were conscious choices made in each brand, and I think it shows that there was work put in. And I'm happy with how they all turned out. I think I'll be excited to play in a league with all of them.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I think all the brands are pretty from the other league, so I think it's gonna kind of set us apart.
Yeah, exactly. I think I mean, I don't know if people were kind of thinking of the SHL or I'm not in the VHL or the GOMHL, so I don't know their branding, but I think it's pretty set apart from the other ones, which is awesome. And
Yeah.
Yeah, it should just be fun to work with them and see how they evolve. If people want to kind of redo jerseys or logos or whatever, I'd be down to see what else is out there. We got 2 expansion teams coming, which should be cool to see their brands. I'm actually excited now. Before it was like people waiting on us, and it felt like
Yeah.
we were so rushed. Like we were like, oh god, I'm not ready for this. But now that we're kind of chillaxing and waiting for the other brands, it's like, hurry up already, So
Yeah.
it's funny how that turned around, but I do like them all, and I think it'll be fun to get into it with them.
Yeah. If I had to rank them 1 through 4, like, biasedly, my biased opinion, Chicago number 1.
Oh yeah.
Massachusetts number 2. Los Angeles number 3. Yukon number 4. I like them all, but something about the Yukon look just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, I understand that, and as much as people want to rag on like, oh, Yukon, what the fuck, like, it's just fun. It's fun. Yukon Miners, this, the Yukon, it's not a huge hockey market or whatever, but it's just a fun brand. You have some fun with it. You write an article about how shitty it is to fly out there every time or whatever. You just have some fun with it. You make do with what you're given. You don't fucking bitch about it on Discord. I'm calling you out.
That's always gonna happen.
Yeah. You can't stop that. That's okay. But yeah, that's what I think of the branding. Thanks for the question. Also, he asks, why is Emily clearly the best character to marry in Stardew?
That's just clearly the wrong.
I'm gonna let you finish, but if you're following the Stardew continuum from our previous league, you're gonna find out that Maru is the best girl to marry because.
Actually, I'm gonna have to say Liam is the best.
Look at this fucking thigh gap. Look at it. Look at it. And you're like, oh, overalls. But then look, you can see her titties. Face me. In her Sprite. That's the only girl you can see her titties in. They're clearly the biggest titties. And that's what's important here on our podcast is who's packing. So that's why Maru's the best. That's my thesis on why Maru is the best. And
you gonna write a paper for it?
Emily, she's kind of like the Yukon Miners, you know. She's quirky. She's got blue hair.
She's kind of quirky though.
You're like, okay, I can fuck with that. But at the end of the day, you're like, I gotta go with the big city, windy city, big titty, windy city Cyclones. You know, it's just a classic. It's classy. You know, big boobs are in right now. 2019.
Are they?
The year of the big boobs. You think it's ass, but ass was so 2017. Okay, it's now big boobs, and big dick is never, because otherwise I would not be part of that year. But
yeah, me too.
You know, you just get involved. You get that Windy City clout and Maru. That was a weird tangent, but it took up 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was probably the weirdest tangent.
We go on some weird tangents here on our podcast, but that was a stranger one.
Yeah, but, I don't think I ever heard.
Yeah, Emily. You know, you can have Emily. I don't think a lot of people pick Emily, but okay.
Yeah, I'm more of a Leah guy myself.
I mean, that's classy.
She's very pretty.
That's classic. It's like the Marauders, you know.
I think she's beautiful.
You're like, okay, I can fuck with that. But at the end of the day, you know, she's just not. She's not. She doesn't have God's gifts, you know.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know cup sizes, but it's not a handful.
Not a handful.
And I got small hands, so.
All right, I understand. Thanks for clearing that one up.
Yeah. That's just my take on it, but you know, to each their own. But we have a challenger enters the ring. Jiggly posting this Abigail gif, as if to say what, you know, where's this mention? What is gonna be Abigail the best girl to marry? I get that one. That's the LA Phoenix.
She really quirky.
She, you know, she's like kind of weird, but like, you know, big titty goth GF, minus the big titties. Therefore, being just goth GF, I don't know about that. I don't know if I can get behind that. You know, it's just goth GF. Like, where are the yuds? You know.
It's true. We do need some BB.
Yeah. So, you know, Abigail, she's fine. You know, if Maru was like not alive, then you know, I'm looking around. I'm checking in. But again, once it's Maru, once you go Maru, you never go far away.
Good one.
I write lyrics. Yes, I'm a poet.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, Logan.
Molly. Okay. Anyway, let's not get into that. So that was all our fucking site questions. So that was amazing. Thank you to all who asked. Let's move on to our last minute Discord questions. I got the screenshot here. Trella just put it in the Discord and people are like, yo.
People added me 12 times. Yo.
Yeah. So here, this one's for you, Trella, because I've been just going on about big titties for the last forever.
Okay.
Casey Colby asking, what are some things about the league that you hope change after we get started?
I hope change. I hope that the whole, like, people shitting over the brands will kind of die down. Because I think all the brands are pretty good. I mean, we're back on the fucking brands. But that's kind of what's, like, been on, like, our minds, I guess. But I hope that'll change. And I hope people bitching about the 12 days of draftmas or whatever the hell it's called closing. Hope that ends. Because, like, there's a reason why it closes early. It's to bring more activity onto the site to encourage people to log on every day. That's what it's for. It's to keep activity going in this 2 week period we have before the draft. Like there's nothing really to do, so at least they're giving you something.
Yeah.
And it's TPE. Like I mean, I'm sorry if you signed up a little later, but it's only like 2 TPE. You're missing 3, 4. It's not at the end of the world. Like when you really think about it, in a couple weeks, you're not even gonna that like 2 TPE you missed.
Yeah, I mean it's discouraging now if you don't get all of it because there are lots of people who are, and props to them. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a marathon, not a race. People are gonna drop out. I mean, I know this is the NSHL podcast, but just looking at my SHL draft, right? I didn't fucking learn how to update till way after. I was so behind. I was like 50 behind some of the other goalies in my draft, and like LaShawn King, for fucking forget it. He's like 200 TP ahead of me. So like, you kind of look at that and you're like, oh no, maybe I should just recreate and give it another go or whatever. But when you think about it, like King went inactive for now. You know, like anything can happen. You can become the first in this class. I believe in you. So if you're thinking like, I missed 2 of the days on the special PT, I'll never get it. Like, do a play-by-play, you know, grind it out. Just make it your mission to beat a certain person in TPE, and once you do, it'll feel really fucking good.
Yeah.
That's just my experience on these kind of sites, and I hope it encourages people to kind of not, you know, you don't go, oh, I'm shitty with this player. Like, it's been literally 6 days, so I don't think you're just kind of just over exaggerating that and not really thinking about the long term.
Yeah, it hasn't. It's been like you said, less than a week. At the end of the season, no one's gonna like really be like, "Oh, you're down 2 TPE, you suck." You're pretty much the same as anyone else that's done the extra 2. Like it's not really a big deal. It's not even an activity checks worth, you know.
Yeah. So, you know, just I know you're talking about people bitching, which I have seen my fair share of it. So like, I don't know if you're listening to this and you've been kind of vocal about what you dislike. Just remember, it's a new league. Cal is definitely doing an excellent job. I'm really happy with how it's gone so far, and these minor things that are happening. Just, you know, remember what you're thankful for. You know, good life. You got internet, obviously, so something's going right there. And just put everything in a perspective. We're all gonna die, so why complain about mini PTs? And
Yeah.
you know, just think about the good things in life, like Maru's beautiful,
Yuds.
yeah, Yuds. So that's what you're looking forward to changing the most. Do you think? Well, I don't even know if that's a good answer to that, honestly, because you're
Yeah.
saying you want that to change after the league starts, but is it gonna?
No. I mean, like, what could really change once the league starts? I mean,
Uh,
I don't know. It's a tough question.
I mean, the thing I'm most excited for to change is we will know what our team is and what everyone's team is. That's what I'm most excited for, is to know the teams, because right now no one knows jack shit and it's terrifying and I'm scared.
Yeah. I'm just looking seeing how the builds shake out now, because right now everyone's kind of similar because it's so little TP.
Mm-hmm.
But once like you get more and more, the builds will like separate, which I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, so I'm just looking forward to having some teams, having some rivalries. You know, I'm gonna chirp Luke because he chirps me in SHL. It'll be fun. I want to absolutely go ham on his goalie. I really hope that's the thing that happens. Yo, Simmers, if you hear
Martin Kane's
this,
scoring this time.
if you hear this, you know, rig it so that I can have some good night's sleep after Luke teasing me about being Swiss cheese for 12 months. I need it in my life. Please make him
You
better.
are Swiss cheese, though.
I want a cup though. I want a cup. Okay, that's my claim to
You did.
fame. I got that cup. So I might be Swiss cheese, but I'm Swiss cheese in a cup. And what more can you ask for, honestly?
Yeah, I've never won a cup, so.
You didn't? You went up before season 39?
Yeah, I went up season 38. Season 39 was like rookie season, or my second season.
Well,
in
they
the
won.
SHL.
They won because you weren't there, obviously.
Dude, I was like the playoff goals, like leading point scorer when I was down there, man.
Yeah, but did you get
couldn't
it
do
done? Did you get it
Nah,
done?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I guess we didn't have Kaner in the net.
Yeah, you gotta have Kane in that. That's when you get it done. Because what happens is Kane brings his meme magic, and then some team that really shouldn't have been in the finals makes it, and then you sweep them. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, that's the Kane meme magic. So like, once Kane's in net, then like New England will make it.
Oh, okay.
And they'll dominate until the finals, and then play like actual New England, and then we'll be like, bam. So that
sounds pretty good.
That's what's got to happen. That's the plan. But anyway, that's not NSHL. But there'll
Yeah.
probably be a lot of that in this, and I hope that's okay. But it's just fun to talk about other shit too. Some of the questions are about like if we like titties, so that's what we're gonna talk about. And even if it's about NSHL, we're probably gonna talk about titties anyway. That's just
titties are the
human
best.
nature, boy. That's just human nature.
How do you not talk about titties?
Yeah, I don't know why every podcast isn't the titties cast.
Yeah, we really should just call it like the Yuds cast or something.
Because not everyone gets Yuds. It's a strictly American meme.
Yeah, but that's the joke. It's a mystery.
Yeah, I guess.
It's the mystery of it.
Shout out to Argar.
Yeah.
Okay. So Noble asks, what is your team prioritizing heading into the draft between an offensive approach and a defensive approach? As much as we said we weren't going to reveal like kind of who we want and what we want, I will say that at this point we're thinking long term, like, you know, with the offensive and defensive stuff, but the players right now, it's such a crapshoot with what you put TPE in and how you're going to play. I don't think we're too concerned about that. We've been looking at locker room presences a lot, and that's
more what we're into.
I mean, if you're listening to this and are interested in Windy City or Chicago or whatever you want to call it, you know, be an active person. Go on the interested prospects. Tell us kind of what you're doing here. Just get a nice group of boys to discuss fun shit and play Stardew or tabletop, like that's,
or Civ or some shit. Just have fun.
That's what we're looking for in this draft, I think. Just get in. I mean, I was telling Muford earlier, like, what I want is, if you're losing, right, it sucks and people want to leave. But if you're winning and you just have a shit locker room where no one talks or does anything, what's the fucking point of winning? You could win fucking 8 cups in a row, and if no one's in there cheering that you won, and what's the fucking point?
Who cares?
So
yeah,
I'm looking for some guys to have fun, even if we're bottom of the league. You know, you're razzing each other. Oh, you got a -5 in that game, you fucking idiot. You know, that's fun. That's fun locker room shit.
Even if you make it.
So that's
like in Outer Banks. In Outer Banks in the PB, like my team, we suck. We were the worst team, and like it was still fun, and we got a good group of guys that like we were loyal to each other. And now like we're top of the league almost. We're one of the best teams out there. I mean, so it's just about creating like a good group of guys that'll stick with you.
I mean, you're new to sim leagues, and you join this team, you get drafted, whatever, and it's fucking dead. Why would you even stay active? Like, the only reason I'm active in any league is because St. Louis is bumping, and I had lots of good people to talk to, and we had fun. Like, if I never made any of those friends, I would have just never logged on the site again. So it's kind of, you know, you got to kind of model your GMing after someone, I think, and learn from them, and that's kind of the approach we decided on taking. So that's what we're prioritizing going into the draft. But we
Yeah,
are,
I mean, nothing really personally. Offense is pretty
yeah.
equally important. I guess defense does win championships, so maybe we'll try to make a good decor, but it kind of depends on what's out there.
Well, what's funny and I wanted to talk about in the last episode, but I kind of got sidetracked. Is like it's weird. The builds in this are kind of funny because what we saw being created, like right when it opened up, was like the defense was a good spread, but the offense was like all offensive guys because you just want to. I mean, I get it. You want to have that glorious like, oh, I'm the godly dangler, sniper, speedy guy, power forward, playmaker, all that stuff. Like you're just like, oh yeah, I want to be the guy, on the first line, getting the chicks, banging the
Yeah.
moms. So, but even like we didn't have that many snipers until later. Like I feel like most of the first creates were like speedy guys or like offensive forward kind of thing where it's more rounded than just a sniper. And then
Yeah.
later we started seeing the actual sniper guys show up. So it was like interesting to see you're planning your team and you're like, where are all the snipers? I want a sniper on my first line. And we got like 2 snipers. What's going on?
Yeah, there were like maybe 3 snipers at the start. It was kind of crazy.
And way too
You're like,
many
what the hell?
goalies. So you're thinking like, well, goalies, you're just looking at personality because you don't even know like these guys all chose stand up or technique. So you're thinking they're kind of similar in build. So you got to think of how they'll affect your locker room in other ways.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we've been looking at going into the draft. There weren't even that many defensive forwards at all. I don't think the first grinder created till today or yesterday. 2 defensive forwards. I just picked it because I thought there are enough flashy forwards in the league that I think having a defensive guy would really help the squad.
Yeah, because there's just like a lot. There's always going to be more offensive kind of minded guys, so I think
That's
that like
always,
having some defensive guys like creating as it can help out.
yeah. And I mean, I get that. I think hopefully what I'm hoping is that people said being defensive D-men or defensive forwards in the SHL is just not even fun at all. And I get how that could affect that here, but I'm just hoping it is fun. Like you can
Yeah,
actually be a good player while still being very defensive. Maybe you're looking at the hits or like, I mean, you can see, we're trying to get sims where you can see your guy on the ice moving around with this little stick or whatever, like the circle. So it'd be really cool to have a defensive forward and he's just picking off passes. He's back checking like a motherfucker. He's making those smart plays. I think that could be fun to see how that turns
yeah,
out
you
in
can
this sim.
because when you're a more defensive player, you don't really see that in the stats. But
And you're not getting those
if
goals. I mean, you're looking at that plus
if you're
minus.
watching if you're watching the sim, you can see him doing stuff, making the right plays.
Yeah.
Helping out defensively.
He knocks the dude off the puck, slips it up to the cherry picking guy at the line who snipes it. You're like, I just got an assist and that was fucking awesome. It was off a smart play. That's kind of what I'm hoping for from more defensive players in this league. I don't know how it'll turn out. It'll be interesting, but you know,
Yeah,
that's the kind of fun shit that's coming with this league. I haven't been part of anything like this, so
yeah,
I'm just hoping it all goes smoothly and you don't talk about your season 2 PBE stuff
yeah.
happening like
That
this
was
kind
rough.
of stuff. So yeah, that's our draft. And then he said, "Why didn't you send me a scouting message?" I actually added you, Noble, and I said, "You didn't fill out that interested prospects, boy." I've been messaging people, and get to all of them, but I got to a bunch. It's just they're telling us what their plan is, if they like Discord, what they want from a locker room, what kind of games they play. That's what we're looking for in our locker room. So if you tell us that,
Yeah.
then we'll come around. We'll be like, I see you like Left 4 Dead. That's cool. I do too. Also, do you like our brands? Please love us. Kind of stuff. So that's just what we want to know.
Yeah, so if you have an interest in Chicago or city, whatever you want to call it, fill out that IP thread, so we have an idea. People in this draft, it's kind of hard to get to
Yeah,
everybody
exactly.
without sitting down and
If you
going
want,
at it for hours and on end.
That's why I'm telling people, if you even don't care if you go to us, if you just want to play for a team, as long as you don't hate us, fill out that fucking interested prospects thread. We'll know that you're okay with coming to us, or if you love us or whatever, and we'll hit you up and we'll kind of ask you some questions.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about interested prospects where you're trashing our brand. That kind of turns me off. So please, like, I know if you don't like Windy City, if you don't want to play for us because of that, then tell us. But if you don't care and you just think it's dumb, then just bite your tongue and just be respectful, please. We're just trying to have fun here. But if you do want to play, let us know in the interested prospects. I know it's not for TPE, so it's kind of hard, but the more you
They don't
tell
take
us,
long to answer.
yeah, the more you tell us, the better. We want to get to know everyone, but there's so many fucking people in this draft that I don't think we're gonna get to everyone, even in the 2 weeks we have. Like, we just kind of got to get a list and figure out who we want to carry this forward with. So let us
Yeah.
know. Let us know if you're a good choice for that.
Yeah, because just filling out the interested prospects, puts you on our radar immediately. Like, oh, we see you. Like, oh, so and so just replied to an interested prospect. Let's take a look. Let's see how their player is. It helps everybody in there. And you might not want to answer because it's not for TP, but they literally take like a minute, 5 minutes. Like, most of them are yes and no questions, anyways. And the ones that aren't are just talking about yourself. It's not really hard to talk about.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long.
And yeah, even if you want to do little one-word answers, that it's not the greatest for scouting. We might hit you up if we're interested, but if I would implore you to write a little and show.
Even if it's just a sentence too,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Just talking about yourself and how you like stuff. The more info, the better. But yeah, letting us know that stuff is good.
helps.
But yeah, we've been grinding that scouting. We're working the PMs here, sending them out. And
Yeah.
Trell and I are mega losers. We're watching that IP thread, and like every time someone posts a new thing, we're like, oh shit, we got a new one. So let's check them out. Check out their player page, see what they're building, see if they're on. So we'll scout you. We'll make you feel like
We'll see ya.
like a real pretty girl if you answer that. But you got to get on that. You can't be sitting there expecting us to chase after you, because there are a lot of fucking good prospects.
Yeah.
I know if you're a great prospect, it's the GM's job to kind of figure you out, but lots of people are max earners, so you might have to put yourself out there and play a little tug of war,
It's not easy to.
Anyway, let's move on. That wasn't even a good question, but we turned it into one, which is good.
Yeah.
Good podcast. He
That's how we
says,
do it.
what player has the most interesting, not necessarily best build that you're intrigued to see how it plays out? That's a good one.
When we were scouting today, we saw Adam Spencer, right?
Oh yeah, right.
So his
Go ahead.
build with his starting TP, he just put it all into the speed. So he was at like 70 speed and 30 everything else, which is pretty funny. And that's definitely like the highest speed in the league.
Yeah.
And we looked at his update page and he bumped it up to 75 even. So like, he's definitely gonna be pretty fast. I don't know if that's gonna work out for him because like the rest of his game isn't really there.
Yeah.
But maybe just like the raw speed will like get him there. I thought that was.
Yeah, I was thinking about it like from a hockey sense. I don't know how this shit sims. I'm not super involved in it. I'm trying to surround myself with a couple more people who are a little more educated in this game and know how to kind of finesse it. But at this point, like, I don't know if you're super fast, if you're gonna blow around everyone, that's great. But if you're puck handling and passing and shooting and everything is 30, like, I feel like you're the first to the puck and you fucking lose it again, and then you go chase it and you lose it again. Like, how can that be a viable build? Uh, it's pretty funny. It's like you get some funny ones in SHL every now and then, all into scoring or fighting or some shit. Kind of looks like one of those. It'll be interesting to see if it pays off. If it does, then I look like a fucking dumbass. But
Yeah,
no.
I mean, having the good skating right off the bat can really, I feel like, will really help if he just ups everything, gets everything else going.
I mean,
So it's
maybe,
not just his
yeah,
speed. That's good.
maybe if you get that jump in skating and a couple other skating attributes, and then you start to inch your shit up to 40s or 50s, maybe that'll be like a giant thing instead of getting everything good first and then figuring out you need the skating better or your dude will suck. I just don't
Yeah,
know at this point. There's a ton I don't know, so
yeah. There's a lot of attributes, and no one knows which is best.
that is a
So
good answer for the most interesting build. I think I'll also go with Sammy and I's defensive forward. I mean, I know they're gonna turn out different. I want to see like how it plays out. Obviously, at this point, this is more of a long-term build, kind of seeing how it plays out than the off the bat 70 skating build, where
yeah,
immediately you're like, whoa, that's interesting. This is more of a like we can kind of build the defensive forward however we think it should be. But I'm going for the clutch. I'm bumping those important matches. I'm bumping the consistency, the decisions. I'm just hoping for a smart player who might not have the hands or even the hitting or checking ability, but he's just in the right time, in the right spot at the right time, and hoping that that's kind of a huge advantage in this. So
yeah. I think that might
you
be
know
pretty viable.
that's the ego answer, but I'm interested to see how my own player pans out because I'm just kind of looking at the stats and building him the way I think would be a good player. But I could be totally off. I think there are more important stats than we're thinking here. We're looking at them, we're like, oh, 10 of these are important, but maybe it's fucking 15. Maybe all of them are important.
Yeah, who the fuck knows?
That's why I'm excited for the builds in the leagues. It's just like the dude with master deflections sitting in front of the net, fucking tipping 12 goals a game. A dude with the slap shot just ringing them off the pipes. A dude with the hitting who's just crushing 3 people a shift. Like, I feel like there's so many characters in this league that'll be really fun.
Yeah,
Fun to create that role play.
yeah. You can, and especially, and it'll help. I think there will be a lot of like media pieces people can write about the different builds and like how they're performing, especially early on. And I think it's just going to be really interesting to see that, like, how each player will be different because every player is going to be different. It's not going to be like, oh, if you're a pass first, you just pass your teammates the whole time. And if you're a shoot first, you take 300 shots a season. And if you're lucky, they go in.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a lot different,
And
which is really nice.
going off that a little bit, I think the post-game show will be really fun because I think Cal is trying to think of something a little different than just the write 150 words about this. I think he's looking for a little more creativity from that. You're picking a moment of the game or like something interesting that happened in a game and kind of writing about that a bit, or you could probably
Yeah.
even podcast about it or do a graphic or something fun, like just finding little quirks in our characters and in the games that happen that are fun and that people want to read about and be more invested in the league. So I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, me as well. I think like the world kind of the league is going to be interesting. See, like, go around the league and be like, oh, we're facing Massachusetts tonight. So and so is like a great hitter, so we'll have to see how that affects us.
You might even look at like this guy on that team on the team against Massachusetts is a good hitter. How does Massachusetts as a team fare against hits? Do they get bodied? Was this guy gonna have a field day, or are they a little more formidable? Do they kind of brace against the hits and are lower in hits? Like those kind of matchups are always interesting to me, and I like reading about them. I'm sure
Yeah, especially
Luke
with
will
all.
find some crazy data kind of shit to do.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to like the spreadsheet people who will do some shit. I'm no good at that, but I'm sure a lot of people will find something.
Well, I'm dreading the day that he comes up with a fucking spreadsheet once updates are in, and it shows that like I missed day 3 of the Christmas PT, so now I'm 75th in TPE.
Yeah, right.
That'll be fun. That'll be great. Oh my god, I can't believe I missed that, but you know, whatever happens,
It's
happens.
whatever.
Not
It's
the end of the world.
ATP.
Also, I plan on being a third liner, so you know, I don't want
Yeah.
to. I don't want to boost my contract too much. Make me be like a $8 million third liner. That would kind of be not conducive to a good squad. But
Yeah.
all right, so that was a good question, Noble. Thanks. Uh, Casey Colby asked your top players. I'm not gonna reveal that yet. Maybe after the draft, ask us again who we wanted going in, and we can kind of give a story time. I don't know. That would be tough though, because people always want to hear about themselves, and they hope that oh, the GM said I was one of their top players, or they didn't, and you're like kind of salty or something. So I don't know. There are people I
Yeah.
like, and it's just because I know them already. It's hard. It's hard to
Yeah.
get excited about people you don't know. You're kind of scared. Um, and
That's what this 2 week period is for. Finding some new people.
yeah.
And we've already done some of that today,
Oh
and it's
yeah. We.
gone pretty well. I'm really happy with how our scouting is going so far.
Mhm.
Found some people that I really like.
One thing about this scouting that's scary is like you're drafting, and like with the SHL, I feel like I don't know, especially in this SMJHL draft. I know it was a huge one, the season 45 one or whatever, but like there's almost a hierarchy in it. You got your recreates, you got your new creates, you got people from other leagues that you know, and it kind of falls into a thing where you're like, this guy's gonna go early, this guy might fall, and he could be a steal. This draft, I don't even know who the other GMs value that much. Like
Yeah, I have no idea who.
I feel like I
Not a
know them
clue.
a bit, but like I don't know who they're thinking. Like they could be thinking this guy that I don't think they care about. They could be thinking about the guy I do think they care about. Like I just have no clue. So it's gonna be nerve-wracking to get into it, but I do believe in Trella and I and people we've asked to help us scout a little bit that will build a really good squad.
Yeah,
One you
I
want to
know.
play on.
I know that we're gonna go into the draft, and we're gonna get up, and we're gonna have like the fourth pick, and the top 3 that got picked are gonna be like something completely unexpected for us. And we're gonna be like, what the hell? And our
Yeah.
whole draft thing is gonna get mixed up a little bit.
It's gonna test our GM drafting skills for sure. It'll probably be one of the toughest drafts we'll have, at
Yeah,
least
for
in the
sure. It's
first
just the sheer
while.
amount of players and like, how
Uh,
much it matters.
but yeah, I'm not gonna give away top players just yet, but we do have some, and I'm really happy that they like our brands, and because that's important for me. We worked hard on it, and I feel like if if they weren't as hyped to play for our team as it's branded now, that just wouldn't be as fun. So
Yeah.
getting people who are like, oh fuck yeah, that's fucking sweet jersey and logo. It all just meshes. Like getting someone like that is just really fun to have on your
Yeah,
team.
getting people who are like invested in the brand
Yeah,
or like are part of the team identity. Like I think that's pretty important for like a team identity, like team bonding. A lot.
if you didn't notice already, this podcast has a heavy Windy City slant. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Considering it's the 2G.
yeah, I love the other brands, but I'm just hoping we're the best, and we are the best.
Yeah.
What? So wait, what is going on in our houses? Did you redo all the wallpapers?
Oh, I just drew a wallpaper
Yeah,
because
I
I
saw
accidentally
that.
bought the catalog. I accidentally bought the catalog, which gives you unlimited access to wallpapers and floors.
How much was
So I
that?
just like I don't know. I accidentally clicked on it and I just saw money disappear.
I feel like that's like Way too much. Isn't like that like $50,000? I feel like we had way more money than this. What are you doing?
I don't know. I didn't mean
Bruh.
to. It just happened. So I was like, well, I can't sell it. So
Bruh. Unbelievable.
I mean,
Wait,
at least I got some
where
use
is
out
it?
of it.
Where is it?
It's in my house. Hold on.
Let me pick my wall.
There's a lot, and it's over here. Right here.
Fucking cattle.
You got that Minecraft
Here it
enchantment.
is. Oh my god, there is a lot. Oh, we can pick floors too. I want the space
Yeah.
floor. This is the portion of our podcast where we don't talk about SHL. It's where Trella spends my money on dumb shit.
Dude, I didn't mean to. And you know what? I didn't mean to.
I'm the one who planted all this shit. I guarantee that. But yeah. Anyway, we can move on to questions here. Oh, nice.
Oh, look, the blueberries.
I don't know what that is, but I like it. Okay. Oops. This is the redecorating our house portion of the podcast. Whoa, space. Portal 2 vibes.
Oh. Moon team.
Moon team. I hope that's a meme. I love it. It's just kind of making fun of the people who are like, it's unrealistic. I'm like, let's go moon team. Moon team.
Moon team, baby, let's get it.
I mean, I wouldn't hate it, honestly, at this point. We're just here for fun.
Yeah.
If you want to make a fucking moon team where you're wearing, like, astronaut helmets, that's just fun, you know? Just have some fucking fun. We're on the internet. This ain't a job. It's for fun. I know that gives some people an aneurysm, but at the end of the day, like, let's just be silly. That's the kind of person I am. Anyway, let's shut up about ourselves and talk about ourselves. Ooh, okay, so that was the top players question, and then Jiggly asked about Abigail again. We already went over that. You know why.
Yeah.
You know deep down why Maru is the best. You know it. Everyone watching, so.
Abigail is kind of quirky, though. I will give you that.
Oh shit. At the time of recording, they just dropped some LA Phoenix jerseys, and they're hot.
Ooh, I gotta go check them out. Can you link me?
They're in GM chat.
Oh, they're super secret.
Yeah, they're pretty hot though. Enigmatic made them, I can tell.
Oh, that's hot.
That's hot.
That is hot.
Yeah.
that I actually like those a lot.
Yeah, oh yeah. I think everyone will like them a lot.
Yeah, they're nice.
Definitely
I think those and Marauders are tied.
Yeah.
Those are pretty nice though. I like the blue. The blue looks nice. Oh, Slash, you're gonna nitpick them?
Yeah. You carry. I gotta get this out before they release the jerseys, unless they don't care.
Alright.
Here, wait. I got a question for you, and then you can go.
Alright, shoot.
So far, I know we haven't gotten into the actual season and doing that stuff. How is this different from GMing in PvE or whatever you GM'd in like IHF and SHL? Like, just how is it different?
I'll start with PvE. How it's a lot different from PvE. Not reffing. What the hell? I'm thinking of my job. GMing a league team, it's a lot different. So basically, it's almost like you can't really draft for the future in the minors. You just draft players who think are going to be active and earn TPE. And that's really it. And you don't do as much scouting, really. It's just the job of a minors GM, not to make the best team. It's just to keep players active and make sure they earn their TPE so they can benefit the league as a whole. So, like, you're not really thinking about your team necessarily. You are, but at the same time, you're thinking of how you can make it enjoyable, how you can make people stay around. Like, for a minors GM, it's a lot more hands-off because you don't have to do as much as like maybe like you don't have to really make that many trades. There aren't that many. You don't sign anybody because they're all prospects. So you really just like kind of set the lineup, send like, here there's a PT right now, and you do that. That's all pretty much you have to do. So it's a lot different than this. And I've never done this scouting before for that. And for Team USA, it's definitely a lot different because that's like once a season. You know, you go like, a couple of weeks here. Let's get some Team USA hype, and the rest of it's kind of like you lay low a bit and you just let the prospects develop over the season, and you get back into it in the off season. I gotta tell you though, this class was insane. The amount of messages I sent out about Team USA when that whole like recruitment started, I was up all night sending like 50 messages. So Team USA, you have to make some tough decisions because there's so many people, and you kind of have to decide who you want to play. And there are a lot of people who are close right now in TP, so it's going to be tough. But I don't think anything really compares to what's been going on so far in the NSHL.
Well, I mean, I don't know if a lot of people know this from SHL, except maybe the USA guys, but you did really try to do a locker room kind of overhaul and make it more of a fun place, especially with this new class, and get more people active and interested in the international tourney kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So how much do you think that prepared you for building this kind of locker room?
I think it actually really helped because, you know, you kind of understand how to juggle with a lot of personalities because Team USA, there's so many of us that, you know, you have a lot of different personalities, a lot of different people that you have to juggle and kind of make sure everyone's happy in a way. So it really helps you kind of figure out like what you need to do for your locker room for what makes a good locker room, what you need to do to make people happy. And like I think I did an alright job. Like the locker room was more active than it's been in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Not to like toot my own horn, but like it's the best it's been in a while. Like we just have a lot more members. We got the rookies in there and grinding away. We got the veteran members in there talking. It's nice, and it's not something that really happened all that much for Team USA before. So
yeah,
I think that with that experience, I can help you and, you know, help the rest of our team make a great locker room that is the place to be that people want to be in, you know?
Yeah. I mean, USA, when I joined, it wasn't the most poppin' place. I think you helped get the new guys in. You marked them as rookies. You made a little rookie channel. You're like, yo, you got questions? Lots of people are here to help you out.
Yeah.
So that was the kind of thing that I saw happening there that made me a little hopeful because I don't know how it's gonna be here, but the name of the game is people create in Canada and USA. They see a pile up and they transfer out, or they go inactive, and that's what you have to choose from on those teams, which is just as sad.
Yeah, it's not fun.
So getting people to want to stay, especially in the big nation where the people who are on Team USA are fucking good. Like,
Yeah.
getting them to want to stay and try to be better than them is tough when they could just go to another nation where they're gonna make the
Go to
roster
Austria or Czech or
one season, 2 seasons.
Like, hey, you come over here, you'll play this season.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy, and it really sucks, you know? It's not easy. Like, people think, you know, the big nation USA can't be easy. Trust me, it's not. Like, I'll message somebody, and I'll get no reply, and I'll message them again, no reply. And all of a sudden, I'll just see them, transfer to Czechoslovakia or Austria or something, and they'll be like, USA had no interest in me. And I was like, I messaged you multiple times, and you didn't even reply. So, like, a lot of the time, like, they didn't even talk to you and then just leave without a word. So it kind of sucks because I'm doing you do your best, you try to get these people involved in your team, and they just don't want to hear it. And they just leave.
You got friend
Just
zoned.
because they know, like, they can get a spot right away. It's tough.
Yeah. The Virgin USA versus the Chad Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, I guess so.
Stealing your women.
Yeah.
And your men. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, that's it's like a blessing and a curse because sometimes you get some really good people creating for USA, but other times you're losing some really good people. I mean, fucking Cal went to Czech. He was on USA a little bit, I think, right?
Yeah, he was.
So that's
We lost TDZ, Blue.
yeah. It's
It's tough, and those guys are. I'd be able to play with them, but it's just not how it goes.
and obviously it's not exactly the same thing as building a locker room in the regular season team where you can't transfer out at will or whatever, but it's a little the same. You know, you're trying to get people to want to stay on your team, to keep them
Yeah,
active.
sign them in so they can resign.
It's decent training, I'd say, and I think we're pretty well prepared for it. But only time will tell how actually we're prepared. But I am looking forward to working with people a little more experienced. I think once we build this team, we'll have some people we can lean on.
Yeah, we got a nice little war room going, nice little front office thing kind of going.
And
because this is both our first time GMing a big team.
Yeah.
We've never done this before.
So we do plan on getting some people who not only will help us, but actually are excited to help us and want to help us succeed in this league and want the team and the league to succeed. So that should be really, really good to get those kind of voices in here and mold us into hopefully great GMs with a great legacy.
I hope so. I want the Cyclones to go down as that team that just dominated the early seasons, and hopefully we can do that.
Yeah, we got to be like the fucking original 6 teams that won all the cups, not the shitty ones that never won. And you're like, you couldn't even win when there were 6 teams in the league, Yeah. You never want to be that team. So we're just hoping to eke out some W's, get the boys going here, and make our mark on the league.
It won't be easy with guys like HGM.
Oh yeah. I love him, and I hate that I have to be against him, and I can't be with him. That sucks.
Yeah.
But I just realized, do we have a name for the trophy?
No, we haven't named it.
That's weird. Like, what are we going for here? We're just going for the nothing. We got the nothing to go for.
I guess so. Yeah, I'm gonna ask Cal about that. That's a good point.
Let's get that going. Like if you're trying to make a little media, like, all right, we got the 4 squads. It's the race to the blank.
Yeah.
Like what are we going for? The Stan Lee Cup. Like Stan Lee.
Rest in peace.
I don't know. What are we doing here? But anyway, we're getting pretty close to time. And we're at, it's 53 minutes, so we're at that was my question. We're done with all the audience questions, so do you have anything
I got a question for you.
Yeah, that I can answer to end it off here? And not about titties, hopefully?
Yeah, so you're creating a defensive player, which is pretty, not common in this league. How do you think your player will be more valuable than, say, like a sniper or like a playmaker? And how do you plan on building your player so that you can do different things than your typical offensive guy?
That's a good question. I've already kind of alluded to the fact that I want him to be a consistent and smart player. I think that's really important to defense, is just doing the right things, not being sloppy. I don't have to be flashy. I don't really care. The one thing I want is a good fucking plus minus. I don't even care if I have hits or not. I just want to be on the ice when goals are scored and be off the ice when they're scored against, and not be on the ice letting in tons of goals. That's my plan for this guy. So in order to do that, I'm doing decisions, consistency, big game or important matches it's called. I'm gonna do some checking, a little checking, and maybe some passing, get the skating up. The shot, I'm not worried about. I'm hoping that even with a shitty shot, if he's called upon in big games, he can kind of be more of a crash the net guy and just shovel in a rebound or something, or just
Yeah.
be smart in a big moment. That's more what I'm worried about. So that's kind of how I'm building him. The way I want to be different is I don't care about being on the first line. Now that I'm GM of a team, like I'm kind of more worried about where everyone else is. And if I'm on the fucking fourth line because we have so many good players playing ahead of me, I don't care. Like I could have the most TPE in the league and I'm fine playing on the fucking fourth line if that's where I fit in on my team and that's what makes everyone happy with their ice time. Like that's really what I'm trying to make here is a dude
Yeah.
who just fits in his spot, doesn't fuck up everything, and is smart and reliable. That's what I'm going for. And when I saw defensive forward, I thought that was kind of the best build I could do to go for that.
Yeah, that's probably a great idea for a GM player. Be like a reliable on the box, or depending on where we put you. Just make the big plays when we get deep into playoff runs. We're gonna need players like that.
Yeah, we need the guys who don't disappear. You
don't need the Rick Nash.
You get exactly. You get 100 points in 82 games or however many games you're gonna have. Probably not that many, but you get point per game. Just fucking go off, and then in the playoffs you get shut down. That's not the kind of guy that will win you a cup. You need the guy who still is the same and or better in the playoffs as they were in the regular season.
Yeah,
you can't have guys disappearing. So that's what I'm looking for in a player and in my own player. Is just you're still getting her done. You're not a choker. You're not Steven Stamkos. Got him. You're getting those W's, getting the puck in deep when you need it, getting the puck in the net when you need it. Just fucking smart all around hockey. Like at first I wanted to make a goalie just because if I'm a GM and I have a goalie, that's going to be an active goalie, and you don't have to worry about goalie ever.
Yeah.
So it doesn't fucking matter as long as you're a GM and you're active. You got an active goalie, and that's not something that's scaring you. Like if you draft a goalie and he goes IA, and you're like, oh fuck, now I got to figure out my goalie situation. Like that, I just kind of wanted that to be set, but we had a lot of goalies. I took my time creating because immediately there were a bunch of goalies, and I'm like, oh shit, I don't know if I want this. So I just saw there were too many goalies. I do think it's a little better if you have a shitty, like if defensive forward turns out to be fucking ass, and my big games and my decision isn't working, and my guy can't skate or do anything useful, I can bury him, on the fourth line, reduce the time, try to get rid of him. That doesn't matter to me. What winning,
just like kind of like bump up your hitting or make him into more like a checker.
Winning matters to me. If you make a shitty goalie, I mean, if you're the starting goalie and you're clearly better than the backup, or I guess not better, like better TPE wise, like what are you gonna do with him?
Yeah.
Make him the backup always, and then you're paying him money or something when he's like a 1,000 TPE guy and he just isn't getting it done. Like I don't know what you could do with that. That's kind of my fear in SHL too. Is just having a guy who just he fucking chokes it in the big games. You less than 5 goals, you get pulled in your own play-by-play. Like you're just shit in the bed. Absolutely. Like what do you even do in that situation? You just kind of are stuck. And like I kind of felt like that for a while until we won that cup. It's like what if my guy is shit? What if it just the hockey sim gods just fucked me and I'm just gonna be a shitty goalie forever? Like that's kind of scary, and it's not as much of a legit threat, I think, if you're a forward. Maybe if you're a defender, a little more, because you only got 6 spots. But as a defensive forward, I'm not too scared about it, so I'm kind of happy with where I'm at build-wise and position-wise and all that. I'll play wherever. I'll take the discounted contracts and use podcasts to bump up my bank. I just want to build a good team that that lasts good because you made smart decisions. And I think it all starts with the GM players. So I'm happy that I believe I have a head start on that.
That was a great answer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I put some thought into it. I was sitting there staring at the templates. I was thinking back checking forward. I don't know, sniper. We didn't. That was at the point where we had like 4 snipers. I'm like, do I just go sniper? Try to be that first line guy who can carry you. But at the end of the day, I'm thinking we got people for that. Even season 1, you don't get that. We got people coming in. They're not gonna choose defensive forward. Okay, that's 1 in 50. You're gonna get defensive forwards. You're gonna get lots of snipers, lots of playmakers. So that's not what I'm worried about. I mean, you see how it turns out. Me and Sammy, only defensive forwards. We got 1 grinder, couple back checking forwards. Like it's not that many, and I get it, but I think they're gonna be valuable. So to have 1 off the bat, I think is more valuable than people think. I think it's even more valuable than a goalie, honestly.
Yeah, so you don't have to search for that good bottom 6 guy who like the defensive plays and help the team out.
Yeah.
Because a team full of snipers isn't going to be good.
Yeah.
You can't have snipers all the way down your line. You're going to get scored on all the time.
Maybe you get that all-star team who just fucking dominates 12-9 or whatever, but I think I'm going to try
in the playoffs. I don't know if that's going to work.
I'm trying to make that more balanced team with the clutch players and the defensive players and just all around, good guys with good guys in the locker room. It'll be tough to find that balance, but if anyone can do it, it's Trella and I. That's what I truly believe. So I'm excited to get you all on your teams, whether you're on our team or against us. I don't really hate anyone,
Wish you guys good luck.
Got a fresh slate on this league. I'm hoping to make a good impression and make a winning impression. Have some fun with our brand. I really love it. I think I've said that enough, but if I haven't, loving where it's at. Thank you, Enigmatic, and I'm excited to see where we go next. We'll be recording these often because I hate writing, so this is how I'm gonna make money. I don't feel like updating or doing a job, so welcome podcast. Let's do it. We just carve out an hour or 2 every weekend to do this. So if you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for listening. If you listen to both episodes, then you're a god, and
I wouldn't listen.
Yeah, fuck that. So if you listen to my shitty voice on my shitty mic, thank you, and please leave questions if you have any. We will try to get to all of them unless we somehow miss you. I don't see it happening, but let us know if we do miss you. You can yell at us. I think that covers everything, so thank you. Good luck to everyone in season 1. We'll probably do probably not next week because we can't get it anyway. So, because we're doing these 2 for these 2 weeks. We got the Sunday and Monday lined up. So we'll probably have a post-draft podcast. So that'll be really interesting we can go over that whole fucking draft like Luke and King did back in the day. And just look at the picks and say what we think. That would be a really fun podcast.
Yeah, a whole lot to talk about there.
So we'll see you then. Good luck in the draft, everyone.
Good luck.
Let us know how you feel about Windy City and if you're interested. And have a terrific week and great rest of your Sunday.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.